What's up, y'all? So we back, talking about episode 6 of Insecure's third season, Red Lock. So the episode opens up with Issa in the motherfucking 7-Eleven with Chad, the corny ass motherfucker, and his best friend, Lawrence. And Issa asks Lawrence how he's been doing, and it just cuts to him still thriving at his little tech company and him just fucking all of these random ass bitches. So clearly, Lawrence is miserable as all hell because I just feel like if you're just living and you at a certain age and the only thing that you have to show for your year is working and fucking, you are miserable. So he's fucking all these random bitches from the gym, bitches from the bar, bitches on bitches. And I guess that shit, him just being able to fuck whoever the fuck he wanted to fuck whenever he wanted to fuck, rubbed off on Chad because of his motherfucking bachelorette party. He titty fucked two motherfucking strippers. And thus was the demise of his engagement, and Leah left that corny ass motherfucker. Meanwhile, Lawrence is having the most uncomfortable experience in the doctor's office because he had fucking caught chlamydia. Now, we don't know if that bitch was fucking them hoes, protected or unprotected, but whatever the case may have been, that ass caught the clap. So, I really love how they're spreading awareness for protected sex. It is so important to be protected at all times, especially if you are fucking someone you do not give a fuck about, okay? It is so important to wrap it up always, like BET has promoted back in the day, and then they stopped because we all know whenever BET has something good going on, they lose it, they fuck it up. So I just really appreciated Insecure for shedding light on the importance of safe sex, safe sex, safe sex. So after that scene, we have Lawrence at the bar with Chad, and Derek comes through. Chad is in fucking denial. He's like, I broke up with Leah. The shit ended. I had to cut her loose, and like he is just wallowing in his misery, his misery. But he's trying his hardest to just stay Chad. And they're like, but the bitch left you. You cheated on her. You titty fucked two strippers. So she called off the wedding. Like, that's what she did. He's like, no, it's all perspective. Then Derek's coming through because, he's all happy in his marriage with his wife, and they're getting ready to conceive. The child will be here any fucking day now. Meanwhile, Lawrence is like, look, I am too old for this I'm lonely. That's really what Lawrence is on his Akon shit. He's fucking lonely. He has nobody to call his own. Like, he has a great life. That's like the saying, like, success is nothing if you have nobody to share it with. He has no one to share it with. And apparently the shit that, whatever he had going on with Apartment from last season didn't last. So he wasn't able to rekindle that flame. He shared with her. And apparently all these bitches that he been fucking they were treating him the way Vanessa was treating Daniel, okay? They just wanted some dick. They just wanted to fuck. They didn't want anything else from him, or he just hasn't been able to establish a connection with them. And then when the topic changed to, would you take Issa back? He's like, I'm not mad at her anymore, but, he just seemed like indecisive. I was gonna say indecisive. And Derek put the same thing in perspective for Chad. It's like, you did the same thing that Issa did, and he like, well, fuck her, she a hoe. And Lawrence like, she's not a hoe, she just was dysfunctional. And I think that was himself saying, you know what, Issa wasn't a cheater. Like, that's not her. She was just, we were in a bad space, and she just reacted poorly to it. I think that was him coming to terms with why she cheated, and that's really not her character. And he was looking at him being cheated on a lot differently right there in that moment. So after that fact, we have Kelly, Molly, and Issa. No. My bad, y'all. I'm trying to remember this as best I can. It's not like I used to have like the episode playing in the background so I can go chronologically, but we just gonna wing this shit. You motherfuckers ain't gonna know the difference. Y'all ain't gonna know. So, we got Issa at this motherfucking office. I don't know what kind of office it was, y'all, but she's at the office and she's trying to get permits and things in order for her motherfucking block party that she's trying to host. And when she was in that office, I was so hoping she was applying for the beat crew. Issa, go hit up the beat crew. That is your calling, okay? Go hit them hoes up. Whatever this you're trying to do this, partner with the beat crew, okay? Get the fuck up out of here. But she's like in over her head. She's thinking she can just run up in this shit, wing this shit, no fuck style, like she was on first season, and then everything would just be pouring in place. Nope. The little Hispanic bitch was like, bitch, every time you motherfuckers try to do this shit, it's always janky. It's always fucked up. Really what she was saying, anytime black people try to do things in black neighborhoods, black people fuck it the fuck up. That's really what she was saying, and not those words. So she's like, bitch, you need permits for this, for the alcohol. You need permits for the food. You need permits for the alcohol again. She's like, I'll mention that shit twice because bitches like to drink. Now, I don't need to drink to have a good time, bitch. If I want to have fun, I'm going to have fun, and I'm not going to give a fuck. See, the point of being able to have fun, you cannot give a fuck. Like, be mindful, of course, but don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck. So I don't need that shit to turn up and have a good time, but some people do because they just weak as fuck. So she was like, you need these permits for the alcohol, bitch. And she's like, you know what, just give me all the forms and I'll just figure that shit out as I go. So when she leaves the office, she meets up with Nathan, and Nathan is like that pillar of encouragement, that bastion of hope for her, telling her that everything is going to be all right and she's going to figure this out. And she's just so thankful for that. So after that, she goes and meets up with Molly and Kelly, and they are fucking discussing Tiffany's baby shower. So you have Kelly going through a fucking Gladys Knight cookbook trying to see what her contribution is going to be. Meanwhile, Molly, who ran into Julian Andrew, she ran into Andrew's ass earlier because he had her jacket, because Nathan had told her that he told Issa that he had Molly's jacket. So she relayed that information to Molly, and she met up with Andrew to go get the jacket. So he's smiling at her. He's winking and shit. Clearly he was feeling her since that night. And he's like, you know what? I haven't seen her. I don't know when's the next time I will be able to see her again. I'm going to take this opportunity to ask her out. Okay, he was being bold and brave. So Marley's just over there, she's just trying to get her jacket and get the fuck on. But then he holds on to her for a moment like, wait a minute. I want to take your ass out. You ever been here? Let's go. And she was just like, she's like, I got a lot of work right now. But, she was impressed with the way he laid that game down, but she was not interested for reasons we were to find out. But she told him that she would get back to him. And then when she told the girls, they're like, bitch, get out of your own ass. And this is just typical Molly. Anytime a dude is genuinely interested in her, she always has to find a reason to run away, flee, or just fuck it up. She always claims how she's so single. She always claims how motherfuckers don't want her or they don't know how to act. But once you have somebody who does know how to act, or who's showing her that he wants to put the initiative to make something with her, she just wants to fuck it up. And this reason being because she just wants to see herself with somebody black. And as my mother has always said, a man is a man. A man is somebody who takes care of things. A man is someone who gets shit done. A man is someone who does what the fuck he's supposed to do. And that and race are not mutually exclusive. Okay? I don't know if I said that right. I feel like I did. But you cannot limit a man on him being a man based on his motherfucking race. So I feel like a lot of black women just need to be open, especially black women need to be, because black women always be saying niggas ain't shit, but they do not want to leave these niggas. They continue to deal with these ain't shit ass niggas. So look, just be more open to dating outside of your race, even if you may have, and I feel like this, women, do not be afraid to go after a man, and don't be afraid to go after a man who's outside of your race, because you may find yourself happy. Now, it may be a culture difference, it may be a culture shock. Y'all may have to merge and do some compromising and sacrifice, but do you want to do that and be happy? Or do you want to keep saying niggas ain't shit for the rest of your life, like Molly? Okay, so Issa's like, bitch, open your mind, stop being judgmental, and do this. And Molly's just like, girl, bye. So Kelly, I feel like that was Kelly's looking at these motherfucking cupcakes or muffins. They look more like muffins to me, because cupcakes I know for just having like hella icing on top, whereas muffins is literally just bread. Okay, and she's like, light skin. I mean, this. It's all light, but these little brown bits to show that you still a nigga. Oh my god, the actress who plays Kelly is fucking hilarious. Okay, so after that scene, we have the baby shower. And at the baby shower, everyone who's a friend of Tiffany and Derek's is there. And that includes Dro, who made his return. And that includes Lawrence. And immediately, each person between Issa and Lawrence just feel awkward. Like, man, I feel obligated to say something to the. They both feel obligated to say something to the other person, and they just don't know how to. Initially, Lawrence was going to say something to Dro, I mean to Issa, but was halted by motherfucking Dro. And he was like, you got that OG Kush? He was like, I heard you got Kush, a motherfucking weed head. I cannot stand a weed head, okay? Don't act like an addict. Just act like someone who's a fan of weed. Don't act like someone who's addicted to weed. Come on now. That shit ain't cool. But anyway, on the wall, you have motherfucking Serena Williams. You have Serena Williams, Beyonce, Cardi B, all of their motherfucking, maternity photos a la Tiffany. Whatever her last, Tiffany Dubois, in her fucking style. I thought that was fucking hilarious. Shout out to the creators over at Insecure. That was hilarious. And Tiffany, my favorite one was her as Cardi B. That shit was classic. So, furthermore, Issa and Lawrence finally end up speaking, and they just had it was a little awkward in the beginning, but it was such a cool conversation, especially like when Lawrence asked her does she need a business plan. He was like, it was so cool of him to just like make jest of his situation with him and his motherfucking 4-year-long business plan. It was cool to see them break the ice and continue to just, for Issa, I guess it was the first time she was able to see him and have a conversation with him and not want him back. But it was the opposite for Lawrence, whereas he seen her and wanted her back. He's seen her as the piece that he has been missing. Like, the reason why he fucking feels so incomplete is because he does not have her. He does not have someone that he's been able to relate to and be happy with. Like, so that's why he fucked around and caught chlamydia, because he was too busy fucking around trying to fill the void that was torn out of him when Issa cheated. So when he seen her and realized how much fun they were having together, it made him miss how much fun they had in the past before things just went sour in their relationship. And that's why I feel like now he wants Issa back, because especially when she was able to come to him and not even be on that type of shit. The fact that he can feel that she moved on and she was able to walk away without even mentioning that shit. He's like, if I'm going to have a chance to get my girl back or trying to get her back, now's the chance. So after that bullshit, Molly, after seeing the two of them reconnect, decides that she wants to reconnect with Dro, and Dro is just being weak as fuck. And like Molly said, he did show her that was a waste of time, because the thing is, Molly didn't fuck up, Dro fucked up. Well, actually, they both fucked up, because she wanted to establish boundaries, but she was not serious about establishing those boundaries, okay? When she said no calls, no dates, none of that, but every time he called, when he called her, she answered the phone. When he asked to go on a date, she was going on the date. Like, she was not reinforcing those boundaries that she was trying so hard to establish with him. And he's just like, he didn't respect her boundaries, And he felt like her even trying to establish boundaries with him was weak as fuck because he's selfish. That's really what that was. Because isn't able to get what he wants from her anymore. Now it seems like he doesn't want anything to do with her anymore. And I think that's really what it is. Like he's just weak as fuck. And then and all of a sudden Candace is pregnant. Maybe that's because he wasn't able to fuck Molly no more. The only person he was fucking was Candace. So now she's pregnant. But anyway, that was a mistake. And I think the Dro Molly saga is over. Because it seems to me these past couple of episodes, he ain't been checking for her. And after that, she's not gonna check for him anymore. So Kelly, the crazy crew was rubbing Tiffany's friends all the wrong way. They came there early. Tiffany pretty much had it all under control regardless if they were going to do anything or not. And Kelly is getting into it with one of the bitches from the crazy crew about midnight train and her motherfucking muffins to the goddamn table. I died. That shit was so fucking funny. But apparently they already had their little dress codes, their little decoration plans, and whatever, their little menus and all of that shit. And Kelly did not get that memo. And Kelly's like, bitch, I'm Tiffany's best friend. There's no backup cupcakes, bitch. These are going on the table. And whatever reason, she was denied that option. So she storms out, and Issa and Molly go follow her to console her. And Kelly's like, bitch, y'all don't understand. Y'all have each other. Issa is my best friend. I mean, not Issa. Tiffany is my motherfucking best friend. And I'm fucking playing backside to the crazy crew hoes and her goddamn baby. Why does this baby hate me so much? It was like... It was like, Kelly the baby doesn't hate you. She like, it do. That was fun. That was so funny. But anyway, so she she, she like it too. I can't. Oh my god, y'all. So anyway, they trying to console Kelly, and then Tiffany comes out like, what is the problem? And they're like, bitch, you didn't even involve us in your baby shower at all. We closer than you than Blair, and you gonna have that bitch planning your baby shower? And she like, wait a minute, hoes. Y'all ain't even offer to throw me no baby shower. And he's like, bitch, you wasn't gonna let us do it anyway. She like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. I would have let us fake do it. Kelly's like, look, I understand you doing them like that because they weak as fuck. But me, bitch? and she was like, why can't I do it? She was like, you can. And she was like, but? And Tiffany didn't even have that but for her. She was just like, okay. She was like, motherfucking, what's that bitch name? She was like, damn, what is his name? Lee Daniels. She was like Lee Daniels to motherfucking Dame Dash. Like, Damon, I know I'm wrong. That was Tiffany. So they go back inside and they're opening gifts and shit. And while they're opening gifts, Molly and Issa are talking, and Issa's telling Molly, she's like, you know what, I think I'm over Lawrence. Like I said, like I was explaining to y'all, like she was able to see him and not have those thoughts about wanting him back or anything like that. And that lets you know that that's when you're over somebody, when your mind doesn't even go there. Like she wasn't even thinking about fucking him. But we all know Lawrence wasn't putting it down anyway. He was just okay. It looked like he wasn't eating her pussy, so she wasn't missing that. So Molly's like, bitch, that's what's up, because I'm over Dro too. But Molly really wasn't over Dro, because if she was over Dro, she wouldn't have felt the need to even want to speak to him, especially after they had been there all that time and he hadn't tried to talk to her. Like, if I was Issa or Molly, I'm just going to play the whole gender role. If I was one of them, a woman, and I had the history that they had with one of those men, I'm not speaking to one of you hoes first. Y'all see me over here? I'm pretty. So y'all gonna come over here and come speak to my pretty ass. That's just how that's gonna go. And any given Sunday, bitch, I'm not doing it. So they're both over there, previous people, and all of a sudden Candace walks in. Bitch. First of all, Molly, what the fuck did you have on? Then when Candace walked, what the fuck did Candace have on? What the fuck was on her head? Y'all, what? But Candace always looks a fucking tragedy. Like, it's just like, what the fuck? Like I don't know. Maybe they do her like that to have her looking dull in comparison to Molly. But come on now. I, anyway, so she come in there and it's just awkward. Issa doing these retarded ass, awkward ass laughs to like break the ice, and Candace acknowledges picks up on the fact that they were having a moment, so she leaves to go speak to the motherfucking guest of honor or the host, whatever the case may have been, and then they go back into the kitchen and Tiffany comes in. Tiffany's asking where Kelly is, and Issa's like, "Yeah, I seen her fat ass bumble on out the door 30 minutes ago," and she's like, "Oh, clearly she's disappointed, she's pissed, and she's upset, but she doesn't let it show." She's like, "Molly, why didn't you tell me the wife of the nigga you was fucking was pregnant?" Well, it's not my business to tell. But she told her business she said she was pregnant at my baby shower, trying to steal my thunder. She was pissed about it. So she walked off, and Issa, who has been having these moments with motherfucking Nathan, and she's like, "Look, I haven't spoken to him or anything like that. What's going on with him?" And at first I'm thinking to myself, the Lyft isn't doing an investigation with. Sorry, y'all, I need CarMax. It's driving me crazy. But Lyft is doing an investigation to Nathan beating that fat ass motherfucker's ass in the backseat of Issa's car. And at first I'm thinking to myself, maybe Nathan ass wasn't fleeing Hurricane Harvey. He was fleeing the motherfucking police. And now that he's in LA in the motherfucking backseat of a car fighting, that's gonna blow up his motherfucking spot. And he gonna fucking be extradited back to Texas for a goddamn arrest. Now, if Issa decided to stay with him throughout that shit, that would be some good drama for her. I mean, that would be good drama for her and good drama for the show. But when they said that he actually called them hoes and made a statement, I'm like, oh, okay. But he very well could have made a statement and got arrested, following that goddamn statement. And Issa's like, that was big of him to do, especially considering how he was the party involved and she didn't have to make him do it. He just been a man, regardless of race, and handled up on that shit for her. And then early in the episode, we seen them two motherfuckers in the bed, and Nathan asking her how does she know it was real, and she said, it feels real, and he said it felt real to her too. I feel like it's feeling. I mean, I granted like the concept of time for this show is not day by day, so it's not like the show like they started dating on Sunday and now it's Thursday, but it just feels like too soon. But I guess. But that was the end of this episode, y'all. Aside from, Issa being a motherfucking, that bitch, Mr. Robinson, leaving his dog shit everywhere. No. Clean up your dog shit. I'm either raising your rent or I'm evicting your ass. You're not about to be leaving dog shit everywhere. And then especially, you're not going to lie to my motherfucking face about it, okay? You're not going to do that as property manager. Gonna lie to me and say you ain't got no dog and your dog start barking. But you want to leave your dog shit everywhere. No. Oh, no, sir. That won't be going on her. I can tell you that. But anyway, y'all, that was my review for Insecure's 6th episode of Season 3, Ready Like. If y'all like this video, go ahead and like this video. Hit the share, hit the subscribe button. Make sure y'all follow me on all social mediums. I'll follow back. And if y'all have any viewer questions, send them hoes to AskTheMaverickQuestions@gmail.com. Y'all have a great one.